Welcome back. Yes. After releasing the follow-up album to Warning of Danger in 1986 titled The Curse, J.D. Kimball leaves and gets replaced by Coburn Pharr. And they released Escape to Nowhere in 1988. Just kind of like with Savage's Fight for the Rock, this album is definitely, it's not very similar to it, but it's got a bit of a, kind of the same mindset. They wanted to kind of make an album that's kind of cool, that's at least kind of radio friendly. It's very much a step back from, the past three albums by Omen. This is like a huge backfire. And there's some good tracks on here, I will say, but at times this is an album that there's reasons why I don't give this album enough attention. It's the fact that every time I put this album on, I always end up leaving cold. It's like, it's just, it doesn't leave a whole lot of impression on me. It's a very mediocre album by Omen in a way. Sure, there's some good tracks, but not a whole lot of them that hold a candle to the past three releases by Omen. This is, I wouldn't say it's a horrible album. It's enjoyable. I will say that Savage's Fight for the Rock is a more enjoyable album than Escape to Nowhere. The thing is, Escape to Nowhere, almost at times it seems like they're trying to sound like a more, kind of like Nazareth, almost. As opposed to kind of sounding like your average melodic hard rock band. But here, it's like they wanted to kind of go for more of a Nazareth sound, but not good Nazareth, but kind of like, experimental Nazareth. In a way, like the very pop, very commercial sounding Nazareth. I was going to say poppy, but they have made some poppy songs, I will say that. But if there's one real setback for this album, it's their choose of a cover, which is, by this time, was getting covered to death. Golden Earrings, Radar Love. I've heard some better bands cover this track, but at this time it was pretty much being covered by another popular, actually a band that pretty much was more popular than Omen, cause this is kind of a similar thing with, like in Scott and Trog's video for Hard and Heavy albums of 1984, where they talk about Mama's Boy for when they covered, Slade's Mama We're All Crazy Now at the same time as Quiet Riot's version of the song. Same, kind of a similar thing with Omen and White Lion. They both covered Radar Love, but what was more popular was, of course, White Lion's version. But the thing is, both these two bands, I don't think even do the song justice. You know what? I will say this. There are just times where I'm just not even in the mood to even hear Radar Love. I think this track is such an overplayed song now, and to be quite honest, I didn't want to hear Omen even do Radar Love. This is such a forgettable cover. This is just very much a lame attempt at trying to, get commercial airplay. This is such a poor way to even do it. This is just a dumb decision. Just like with fucking Savage doing Bad Fingers Day After Day and Freeze, Wishing Well. This is similar to that. This is just, what were they thinking? Is obviously the whole question. What were Omen thinking when they were doing, when they were trying to choose covers? Were they really high on coke or what? When they were trying to pick cover songs, because there's a lot better cover songs that would suit Omen's style than fucking Golden Earring. And I know there are some good Golden Earring songs out there, but it's a typical song to fucking cover. It's a typical track. be quite honest, King Diamond's Black Rose did a much better version of Radar Love than fucking White Lion and Omen. This is just lame. If you ask me, it's a fucking lame cover that just sounds too damn pretentious. Other than that, I don't know why the hell I'm even talking about the album, because of this. It's a practically almost a forgettable release. But there are some good. There is at least some songs in there that are good. King of the Hill or Poison or Fine. But there really isn't a whole lot to really. That's just and nothing overall. Fantastic about this album. Nothing is that fantastic about Omen's Escape to Nowhere, because this album doesn't even go anywhere at all at times. It's just, it goes out in the outer space to do something, and all of a sudden it's like the pilot, whoever, all of a sudden just pauses right out in space. He gets so spaced out right out, and he's in space. It's like, all right, we're in space. Roger, what are you doing? Okay. For a second there, I just lost my train of thought. Roger, what are you doing? That's practically the whole fucking description for Escape to Nowhere. Because it leaves me nowhere after the album. It's like, I have no other words to put it. So with that, it's not really a terrible album. It's just something that just feels very, very unfocused. And it's obviously why that this album bombed for them, and why they end up splitting up after this album, because of obviously they made probably to them was a pretty big mistake. And maybe for some good reasons, because taking a big hiatus, huge lengthy hiatus before the fucking 2000s, they were like, yeah, maybe it was a good thing that we actually took that big of a hiatus, because now we'll retract our thoughts on where we want to take Omen to the next step. Where should we? And of course, they released 2 more albums and are still going strong. So it seems like they did something good. So with that, this is Heavy Thrasher saying I am out. And if you have heard Escape to Nowhere, what are your thoughts? If you have any thoughts, post your comments down below. It's time to go on to the next band. Later.